was just introduced. Hi, I'm Nathan Gallagher, everyone. How are you doing tonight? I'm loving the energy tonight. You do not get this type of open mic night energy usually. It's the responsive crowd, and I enjoy that because with stand-up, if I'm just here and it's just crickets out there, that means, you know, I'm going to go home and watch myself cry in the mirror and be like, okay, someone is there, and they're crying too. That's fine. It's good. But I don't have to do that tonight. I can freak my schedule. Hell, I can watch another episode of Bates Motel or something like that. Actually, so yeah, I appreciate your responsiveness. But one of my favorite things about live performances is like that interaction aspect, but especially with singers. Like, you've seen, ever been to concerts, and it was either Beyonce or Jay-Z or JT or Bruno Mars, Usher. They're all big like performers, and so they'll be like dancing and then singing at the same time, and it is spectacular. But you see like just gushing sweat, and they're just like, and you know the slow song's coming up because they need a break, and so they'll sit on the end of the stage and be like, "Can I be real with y'all?" It's like, yes, of course you can be real with me, JT. Come on. No, it's like, I mean, we're pals, right? I mean, we're right there. So they're clearly just trying to catch your breath, like, can I be real with y'all for a second? And you're like, yes, be real with me. And they just say something really general to the audience that makes you feel good. Like, you are the light of my children's eyes. And you're like, I am. And they start sort of, I want to see how far this goes. Start going out into the audience, get amongst the people, and they'll ask you stuff like, hi, what's your name? Hi, what's your name?
Kara.
Kara is a beautiful name. Kara, do you know you are the wind that once whispered in my face?
I know that now.
Oh, thank you, Kara. Then they're going to pretend like they're interested in Kara, and they should be, because you're an awesome-ass person. But at this point, they've regained their breath, and they're about to start into something spectacular. So we're like, Kara, what do you do for a living? Some people want it all, but I don't got nothing. And everyone, I mean, Kara, like, obviously, you're like, oh, that kind of sucks, I was stiff, but, like, they're right there singing this, and you're like, wow! You're freaking out. We're all freaking out. But my favorite thing is that it's always like a soulful, meaningful song, right, that they launch into. They can't do something that kind of superficial, so they can't be like, hi, what's your name?
Tavia.
Tavia. Tavia, do you know that I wake up every morning to your voice whispering, you can do it?
Yes, I do.
Oh, thank you, Tavia. Thank you. Tavia, what do you do? What do you do for a living, Tavia? What is your job? My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. No, it's never that. It's never lady. It's never lady singing my neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. It's always something very soulful. Because that would be rude to Tavia if I just started singing about my neck, back, pussy, and crack right in front of her while she's telling me what she does for a living. That would just be rude. So, as you can tell, I peaked in kindergarten. I not actually peaked, but I definitely was on top of my shit then. I really was, simply because in kindergarten, a lot of us learned to read. So, when you're learning to read, I don't know about y'all's kindergarten. Did anyone else split them up into groups? Yes? No? Reading groups? Yeah, okay, remember? Did y'all's reading groups have like names, or were they just like A, B, and C? Were they colors? Okay, with colors. Any other designation?
Animals.
Animals! Mine was animals too. Here's the thing, it was two groups. It was just two groups of animals, and one of the groups was oblivious to why they got assigned a certain animal, while my group knew. There was the dolphins and then the turtles. Both aquatic animals, both swim. They swim at different speeds, though. Dolphins knew what was up. Dolphins knew. I was a dolphin, P.S. I'm going to brag about this for a while. Dolphins knew, oh, I get it. Because you can kind of look around your group, and when you read out loud, be like, it kind of seems like our group is super proficient, and... Yes, as a kindergartner, I said proficient. Super proficient, and we kind of have our shit together. Turtles think, awesome. Turtles are an awesome animal. Glad I got in this group. Got some cool-ass people in here. Did not catch on. Did not quite catch on. So I was actually really proud of being a dolphin reading group member. So much so I've been coasting on it ever since. And I like to think that that helps me now. Like if I'm at a bar, I'm just, so I see this girl come up and be like, hey yo, in kindergarten, I was in the dolphin reading group. What up? Our kids will be so smart at first. They will definitely pick up the entire literacy thing real quick, and then maybe plateau after that, who knows? That's sort of what you bring to the gene pool as well. I'm not going to put that all on me. You think I'm going to have all that riding on my shoulders? I just met you at this bar, and I'm already telling you what I can contribute to our future children. I don't know why you're putting it all on me. I'm fine, though. I'm good. So I recently got an iPhone. So I had a slide phone beforehand, like when it was like, what's up, 2008 talking. Not even, in 2008, y'all probably still had iPhones. I literally just got it like 3 months ago. And there are some great apps on there, huh? Come on, people, great apps. What is your favorite app? Tinder? Yeah. Snapchat, yes! I love Snapchat. Anything else? Instagram? Anyone Instagram their pumpkin spice latte today? Anyone? Did you Instagram a fun fall pic? No one? There's a lot of good foliage out there. Facebook, whatever. You know what my favorite thing is Candy Crush? And I know what kind of person that makes me. It's a terrible person. I know I'm a bad person for playing Candy Crush so much. It's addictive though. I don't know, it's like Bejeweled. Everything now is just, any game on the iPhone is like Bejeweled, but it's not Bejeweled because this is with catapults and other medieval weaponry. It's not Bejeweled because this is with cupcakes. It's like, nah, it's all still pretty much Bejeweled that we played on our Razr phone. But Candy Crush is unique in the sense that I feel like it kind of throws me under the bus or try to shade me. Like after I'm playing too long, I'm not on a good streak, I'll be losing. It's like, sorry, you can't play anymore, you're out of lives. But if you want to ask one of your real friends for a life, do you want to ask one of your friends for a life, Nathan? Like, because you've been playing this for a while, and maybe you need to get a life from a friend. Maybe. Here's a friend. Ask him for a life, Nathan. Candy Crush, do you mean like in the... Yeah, in the game. I'm not telling you to get a life. I mean, that'd be ridiculous. Like if you were playing Candy Crush for the last half hour, Nathan. I'm like, Candy Crush, you are Candy Crush. Why are you trying to shame me? It's like, no, I'm just saying get a life from one of your friends. Get some help, Nathan. Get some help. So I don't know exactly how I feel about that because I'm at this point talking with an app. But my parents, my mom and dad, thankfully gave me the iPhone. I was really pumped about that. I was begging them that for a while. But my mom and dad also have this weird thing where they either have no chill or have no social awareness. I'm not exactly sure which it is. Because they'll say or do stuff in public, and I'm like, there's like people around, right? Like, it's not just us. My mom, for instance, we were, I actually had just left the house, drove back down to Harrisonburg. She texted me, she was like, did you take any toilet paper? And I was like, no, was there some toilet paper missing? Because I didn't take it because you bought some for me a month ago. It was like a lot, and I'm fine. She was like, no, I mean, you could have taken toilet paper. I just want to make sure that you're all set down there. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And the next text was just, I know this is macabre, but your grandpa died 30 years ago on this day, and I feel like even though you never met him, you would have gotten along with him really well. And the lead up to this was toilet paper. So I didn't know how to respond. I was like, Mom, yeah, I feel like Pop-Up and I would have gotten along real well had I met him. I'm gonna go now because I'm in an ABC store buying some of my underage friends some alcohol. But I will chat to you later. Apparently that was the right thing to say because none of my other siblings answered back. I'm the third out of four. But my dad, speaking of my siblings, we were meeting my brother's girlfriend one time. They broke up, don't worry. It's not. It wasn't Harry. It was Hannah. We were meeting my brother's girlfriend one time at a restaurant, and it's my parents, my three siblings, me, and this girl. And we ordered our food, we ordered our drinks, got our drinks, waiting for our food, and the waiter came out, that big tray of food, walking straight towards our table, last second, turn, give to this other table. They were there before us, but it always hurts. It always feels personal. So they laid down the tray on a table across from the people, but it was only halfway on, and it was a really full tray, and it tipped over, and all of this family's food crashed right in front of them on the floor. And it was just so heartbreaking to see. But then something else even more beautiful happened, which is Michael Gallagher, my father, he just started doing this. Just a fun, flirty public slow clap for the waiter who just dropped all of the food in front of his clients. So I could not have distanced myself further. I physically pushed my chair back, rammed into the wall, tried to somehow meld with the wall, but I couldn't. I was still Gallagher, and that was my father clapping, slow clapping, for this waiter who looked like he was having a shitty day anyway, and then that happened. My mom, yet again, we were going apple picking, because you're that white. We were going apple picking in an orchard out in Purcellville in Northern Virginia. And at the end, we were paying for our apples, gourds, and pumpkins, and other stuff that white people need every fall. Otherwise, I don't know, the sun will kill us. Something. She was writing the check out underneath this booth, basically. It's a very outdoor booth. Trying to check us, what's the date? And I was like, oh, it's September 24th. And she was like, oh. This would have been your father's and I's anniversary had we not been divorced. Meanwhile, this bitch is right here trying to get this check for the apples. Physically stepped back, she's like, oh. And I was like, Mom, not now. Not in front of all these wonderful people. There's a line of, again, other white people apple picking. Just there, standing. And it was very loud. So I was like, Nance, we're just going to write the check. We're going to bounce. We could talk about what would have been your anniversary in the car. How about that? No, but no, my parents are divorced, and it's super fun because that way you get a lot more attention, you know? I mean, that's what I'm all after. And the thing is, with that last joke, is you can tell basically whose parents are divorced and whose parents are together based off of that one. Because kids whose parents are still together have like survivor's guilt about it somehow. Like, kids whose parents are divorced are like fine about it. Like, that happened a decade ago to me. I'm solid. But if I make a joke about it now, and someone's like, hey, you need a shoulder to cry on? Because I ain't here. Okay? I know that was rough on you. It was like rough on 12-year-old me, maybe. But I fucking built a bridge and got over it by this point. No, but I feel kind of blessed not to have my parents divorced, but the way they did it. I have some friends who, my one friend, he was just playing Halo, and his mom opened the door to his room. He's like, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Do you need anything? He's like, no. And she goes, oh, P.S., your father and I are getting divorced. and walked away. That's sort of how he found out. That's sort of how that was introduced to him. For me, I was lucky enough, I got a dinner. And I'm about to ruin something in y'all's childhood if you're from Northern Virginia. Is anyone here from Northern Virginia? Yes, JMU. I knew I could count on it. How many of you guys are familiar with Tyson's Corner? Woo! Love that. Well, y'all remember the Rainforest Cafe in Tyson's Corner? Yeah, that's where my parents announced the divorce to me and my siblings. In the Rainforest Cafe. Yeah, y'all are thinking all these beautiful childhood memories now. And in the background, there's just some kid and his family crying because you see that wreckage. No, I'm just kidding. They told us directly after, but it was in the Rainforest Cafe is when I realized they were going to announce it. And here's how. I am the third of 4 children, and so a 6 family member family. That was a great way of phrasing that, Nathan. Solid, you're crushing this. 6-member family. When you go out to eat, that shit racks up real quick. So we basically know what sort of to expect when my mom sat down. She sat down, the waiter comes up. I'm thinking we're all getting waters here, and it's not like I'm thinking, it's we're all getting waters here. Right. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. We're all getting water, yeah. And then the only person able to suggest an appetizer, your parents, because they're the ones who's goddamn paying for it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm feeling